Hey everybody, Stu Carter here from Atamaii TV. I'm still in Japan. Of course, you've been watching my videos, right? And you saw that I've been covering Force Friday, the release, the worldwide simultaneous release of the new not Ben 10, of the new Star Wars The Force Awakens toys. We'll cover Ben 10 big time when they release those new toys. So, before I leave, I thought I ought to knock out, I got some other swag from Japan, some other Japanese toys. I thought I ought to knock this out before I leave. I just have a funny feeling about going back to the Toy Command Center. Just a weird feeling about that. But let's get on. Here's what I got here in Japan besides Star Wars toys. I got this big Optimus Prime Transformer. We saw him last June at the Tokyo Toy Fair. This is their feature vehicle, and there's a new one we saw this week early. They've got a newer one coming out for Christmas, so I'll have to get that one too, I guess. And while I'm zoomed back, I got the new Beyblade Burst Stadium. I got this stadium instead of, they have a set, right? A starter set with a stadium and a bay included in a launcher. But I didn't get that because I got some of the other launchers, so I didn't want to duplicate what I already had. No need for that. This is cheaper. And also sometimes I think when they put in a special blade in the sets with the stadiums, sometimes I think they're not really as good as, the finish isn't always as good as the original ones. Well, anyway, let me zoom in here and I'll cover the others. Also with Transformers Masterpiece, Takara Tomy's special, supposed to be die-cast versions of Transformers. This one's Bumblebee, I guess the original one, turning into the Volkswagen. So I'll have a lot of fun. You know, my dad used to have a Volkswagen. Some odd things. Bandai has come out with these things. They're special effect things for display. They're called Effect Explosion. This is the red version. There's a gray version available. A little bit expensive. What it is, I guess you could pose your action figure with this big fireball behind it. And there's some demonstrations of the various. See, there's a gray one. And coupled with a special pose stand, which I also purchased, you can try some different poses. So we'll try that. See, and here's another one. Now, I saw this on display at the Toy Fair in Tokyo last June. It's like a crater, you know, like a Dragon Ball Z thing where he gets blown and back and he hits his crater, and he's fine because he's a Super Saiyan, right? So we'll try that. And then to go with it, I got a couple of these special new stands. We'll see. I've had problems with the ones for the Gundams. They don't fit my action figures very well. These look like they have the peg type that fit in those standard peg holes. If they don't, I'll be a little bit ticked off because they're a little bit expensive. Then I also got this kind of a pose stand. Similar kind of deal. We'll see which ones work. Now, you guys probably don't know much about Thunderbirds. It's before your time. It's before my time. Although, you know, Thunderbirds or Go has come back. It's in England. They're watching it in England. I think they're watching it in Japan as well. This is one has special meaning for me because this is a Carlton release. And this was not like this new show that came out. This is not for the new show. This is for the old show. See this little puppet guy? It's got this puppet guy. And this was probably released a while back. 1964. But they've also got 2003 here as a copyright. So it's been re-released a few times. And also, I've never before seen the Thunderbirds 5 space vehicle. See, there's one of these, they got these brothers, right? All these brothers are international rescue guys. Each one has their own spaceship or aircraft. And one of them has to sit on this space station all the time and relay messages from Earth. I don't know why he gets picked on, but he's the unlucky one. He has to hang around in space while the other guys have a good time with Lady Penelope back on the ground. But also, a story about this, I picked this up at a toy distributor in Kurmai in Tokyo. One of the companies I used to buy from when I bought Japanese toys. And I'll do a story of those guys because it's crazy walking into these old shops and they've got stacks and stacks of these toys hanging around. That's a good story. Okay, back to Beyblade. So I picked up the new Beyblade Burst things. I got several of these. I got 2 of these starter sets. And I got a booster. This is B13, so it's like one of the more recent ones. I got a couple of handles. So you got to have the handle. You know, it's helpful. And a good thing with the starter set, you get the Bay Logger. So I'm going to try to figure out the Bay Logger. That the Takara Tomy Beyblade guy talked to me some more about it we'll see what it's doing. I don't know if I'll ever get successfully logged in. And one more thing. Did I say I was done with Star Wars? I'm not done with Star Wars. And you know what? I stayed up till midnight for that opening launch at the Toys R Us in Tokyo. And you know what? They didn't have all the toys. They didn't have these diecast things, and they didn't have those little play sets. But I looked at some other, I was at Yodobashi Camera in Akihabara and also in Shinjuku, and they had these. And so these are like little diecast guys. They're from Hasbro, so you'll find them. This is the Titanium series. They've done this for a while, but now this is new because it's for The Force Awakens. This is that popsicle ship that the young lady drives. These will look good, I think, using my macro lens on my special camera, my Canon 5D. And there was a series of these. I just got a couple. And of course, I got a Millennium Falcon. And actually, there's a lot of detail. These are a lot more detailed than your plastic type. So that, like you can see, there's etching and little details of the weapons in the windows. You can't see inside the windows. That would be extra cool. But I will see how these look under my macro lens and see how much detail they have there. Yeah. So that's it from Tokyo, Japan. Stand by and hit that subscribe button for more toy reports. And until then, have a great day.
To kill me, I guess I'm doing okay. I'm lost among the millions, just an empty head filled with the sky. I separated my life between the boring